Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, I am Murad Chaudhary, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agricultural Studies, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. Welcome to my today's online lecture.
Chapter 4, Section 6. Section name is Method of Rearing Domestic Animals and Poultry. After watching this lecture, we are able to understand the housing of livestock, objectives of housing, site selection of livestock housing, cow rearing, calf rearing, sheep rearing, and duck rearing. First of all, we have to understand what is the concept of housing for livestock. Housing means giving shelter to the animal for comfortable living and healthy living, as well as housing may be defined as the comfortable shelter for livestock where they can live, take feed, and take rest. The summary of housing of livestock means the comfortable place of stay livestock in a place where they can get proper food, proper rest, and proper place of comfortable. Objectives of housing. So that means why we using the housing of livestock. Here we can say the comfortable environment, shelter, rest of livestock, protect from bad weather, insects and wild animals, protect from thieves or jacket, make animal docile for proper pregnancy, parturition, and calf management, and to produce more milk and meat from livestock. Milking efficiently for easy and proper supply of feed and water, taking intensive care for every single animal to provide timely treatment, easy cleaning of livestock housing, prevent and control diseases, conserve cow dung and other waste materials, reduce the production cost. That means in a housing we have to monitor all type of activities of housing livestock rearing. That is the main objectives and purpose of housing. Next is site selection of a livestock housing. That means which place is suitable for livestock housing. Definitely dry and flood free area, then little far from market, highway and community, facilities for eggs and meat marketing, good communication system as well, facilities for supply of electricity and water, a good drainage system near the farm, livestock housing area to be free from sunlight, as well as neat and clean around the house, and considering the supply of feed and water, scope for farm extension in future as well if we need it. So this type of criteria we need when you select a site for livestock housing. So this is the housing for a cattle. If you have a look on this one, this is for commercial purpose. Here you can see the shade, the housing area cleaned properly, and in front there is a place for cows feed and water. And this is the local method. That means in a homestead area, this woman rearing the cow. Here is the shade of the livestock, which is made by some jute sticks, and this is the pen or pot for livestock feeding. So this is all about the housing of cattle. Caring of cow. So how you caring the cow? Caring of cow means in the care, when you rearing the cow, you have to always thinking about the washing, cleaning. That means disease management. That means cow comfortable. Then pregnancy period, you have to clean the. You have to take care of the cow. That means when a disease period, that time you have to monitor the cow as well. Even in a place, how many cows should be placed in a place. That means after bathing the cow calf, that means carrying the calf as well, the disease management as well. This type of activities is all about called the caring of our cow. And even if there is any severe condition observed, that might call the veterinary doctor for a calf and the cow as well. Even in the for calf, provide colostrum or provide extra coffee starter as well. This type of activities is for monitoring the cow, is called the caring of for cow. Next one is feeding of cow. That means what type of food should be provided the cow. The roughage, concentrated, and then hay, silage, green grass, straw should be provide the cow even. And make sure the cow get adequate amount of carbohydrate, protein and fat during the feed supply as well. Even roughest foods like the green grass, hay, silage, and concentrates, mainly cereal grains, wheat bran, rice, polish, oil cake as well. And even and some type of uh, mineral and vitamin mix as well we have to provide to the cow as well. Even for calf, we have to provide the calf starter as well. This type of is called feeding of cow. Here you can observe some picture. There is a two picture. The left side is called dairy cow in the farm. This one you can find in your textbook, where you can observe the dairy cow rearing in this type of place. Even here you see the colorful picture, where you can see the dairy cow where you rearing system. In front of here they provide the feeding pot, where they provide feed and as well as the water as well. Even here as well, so you can rear the cow, dairy cow, in this type of process. Now hygienic rearing of cows and disease prevention. So what type of hygienic way you have to make sure when you're rearing the cow. Uh, Definitely you have to provide lighting and ventilation on the shades, and even protect disaster. Feeder and drinker neat and clean. Avoid rotten is stale and dirty feed and water. Always try to provide pure water and fresh food. Provide fresh food and water always. And microorganism free method during breeding and pasteurization. Drain out faces and urine quickly. That means always clean the place where the cow rear. Then separate sick cow and dispose dead cow as well. Deworming practice regularly, and vaccination program against the infection disease as well. And always keep contact with the veterinary doctor. This is the way you observe for calf rearing. That means calf is very sensitive. That is why you have to rear it is separately. The left hand side picture you observed in your from your textbook, you see there is the individual room for the each calf, and the pot as well, feeding pot as well. Here you see the colorful picture as well. This is the individual place for each calf, and tag as well. Here is the drinking water pot and the feed pot as well. For calf rearing, we have to care the calf as well. For no planning for calving separately, keep cleaning the place, free from disease, taking care, and provide feed for calf as well. Next point is activities after birth of calf. That means after birth, the calf should be kept on gunny bag and face should be clean. Then the calf should be placed in front the cow for cleaning its body. If the navel flap is not removed it should be cut by blade at 5 centimeters away from navel. And tincture, iodine, benzoate, Dettol or Savlon should be used. Next point is teaching cow for sucking milk from cow. That means as take the calf to the near the cow and how to sucking the milk. We have to you have to show them how to, or teaching them how to provide them. Then and, in early stage, calf should be feed milk for 37.50 degree temperature as well. Calf identification or tagging in farm level, that means provide necessary for a big size farm, though it is not so required in small size farm. It has on no alternate to develop livestock breed and record keeping. Generally animals are identified by mixing tag with number in the year. Then required amount of feed supply, cleaning out faces and keeping bed clean, that means always clean the place, clean the faces, that means cow dung, urine, everything, bed as well clean, and provide required amount or adequate amount of feed like surface concentrate, as well as provide adequate amount of nutrient as well. Then timely taking a calf into and outside of the house, that means the calf should be take out timely long in the outside in the fresh air as well. Then and calf may be affected by respiratory infection as well. Then daily observation treatment of calf, that means we have to know regular observation and medicine taking are among them. If the calf does not grow properly during this time, in future it will not become a cow with well productive. Regular vaccination should be followed to prevent disease outbreaks in calf. Even disease of scare, pneumonia, fungus, black quarter worm, what may be observed in calf. If disease outbreaks in calf, advice should be taken from veterinary doctor. So this all about the rearing of calf. If you have a look, calf is sucking milk from its mother. This right hand side picture from your textbook, and this is the color picture. So you have to first time you have to show the calf how to suck milk from the cow. Then it will after 1 or 2 days it will do it alone. This is very necessary. And here, if the cow do not suck the milk from the cow like this way, then you have to provide the milk by using bottle. This is the right hand side, this is from your textbook picture, and this one is it's a colorful picture. This lady provide milk by using a bottle. Now sheep rearing system, we are talking about the sheep rearing. Here you can see the sheep which breed name is merino, which provide fine wool. This right hand side, this one from your textbook, and this is the color picture. Sheep rearing is very cheap in our country, and we can do this sheep, and this one is very popular in cold region in our country. This one is Karakul sheep with the coarse wool, Karakul breed. This one is the colored picture, and this one is the black and white picture from your textbook. And now how many types the how sheep house you can we can observe. One is open or extensive house, that means there will be no barrier for rearing this sheep, is like an open field or open place as well. And semi-open house, you can observe here the picture. Here is the semi-open, like this small place, this small house for this sheep stay at night, or from natural disaster like rain, very sunny day, they can stay in this house. Rest of the day they can move on this place, but here this is the boundary, they can't go outside this boundary. This is called semi-open house. And intensive house is, that means in the cage or in the closed system, that means there will be no open space in their house. This is called the intensive house of sheep rearing. Again, rearing for sheep, this is as well for monitor the sheep, provide disease, monitor disease, microorganism attacks, then provide required amount of feed as well, roughage fish, concentrate fish, nutrient based fish. This as well have to provide. Then carrying of newborn lamb, when the newborn lamb is take the body weight, then colostrum should be done, and contact with the veterinary doctor as well. Then preventing and treatment of sheep disease. If any type of sheep yeah, any type of sheep disease like anthrax, black quarter, mesh disease, foot and mouth disease, skin disease, worm, external parasites, as and any type of disease observed, immediately contact with the veterinary doctor as well. So this is all about the sheep rearing. Next one is duck rearing, method of duck rearing. There will be four type of house for, or four type of method of duck rearing, which is open or extensive method. Next one is semi-intensive method. Third one is intensive method, and fourth one is floating method. So what is open or extensive method? Open method means there will be no barrier. Just leave the duck in the morning from the house, and they can move around the all the pond or river or anywhere what they want. That is called open or extensive house. The advantage of this house is requires less labor, less feed cost, because they move around and they find their own food. And then low cost for making house, well adaptation with the environment, and well body growth and production. But this method have some disadvantage or drawbacks, like requires fallow lands and water bodies. Ducks may be affected by wild elements, they may be affected by harsh weather, regular observation cannot be maintained, sometimes they destroy land crops as well. So this is the drawbacks of this method. Next one is semi-intensive method. That means here you have to provide one boundary. They can move around inside this boundary, but they can go outside the boundary. In this boundary, you can provide pond or water bodies and some open space as well. Here, the advantage of this method is ducks can get facility for swimmings, growth of body remains normal, less labor is required, and equal feeding is confirmed. And the disadvantage of this method is requires high cost for duck rearing, intensive care is needed, feed cost is more, equal feed is not confirmed. That means in this method they do not find their own feed. We have to provide the feed. That is why feed cost is more. Uh, this one is intensive method of duck rearing. That means here our intensive method is the another name of this method is closed method. Duckling rear in the floor, but in the closed method duckling they are in the cage. You can see here they made the cage and duckling inside this cage. And adult duck rearing in intensive method, you provide the shade and duck inside this shade. That is called intensive method. That means in this method they don't have any extra water bodies, and they can't go in the outside even they can't get extra, they can't find their food by their own. What about the advantage of intensive method? Uniform feed intake, easy way of disease prevention, require less labor, wild animals cannot affect the ducks, requires less space for each duck. And some disadvantage of this method are requires more feed supply, then requires high cost for making house, lack of free light and air for ducks, need intensive care, and ducks cannot get facility for swimming. So this is very important for your CQ. So from this section we can get lots of MCQ, which is the example of MCQ is what breed sheep produce final, which is merino sheep. This type of MCQ we can get from this section. And explain the advantage of intensive method of duck rearing, and this type of CQ question we can get from this section for 2 marks. So
Thank you very much, my dear students, for watching today's online lecture. If you got any problem, contact your subject teacher. They must help you. Thank you very much.